Yeah, gone.
What's going on, people?
Fellas, what's
Um,
happening?
what's going on? I wanted to say that I know that we all love the current theme song, but it's about time for something new. And we kind of been telling the people since January they was going to do something
Right.
new.
You know you got to remind me because I forgot.
Man,
Tisk, tisk, tisk,
I ain't forget. I just been busy.
tisk, tisk.
Yeah, we could jump on it.
I just wanted to say that I did my part.
Of course.
Of course.
So while we telling our parts, how was everybody week?
My week was good. Same old, same old. Real quick, in and out. How about yours?
Which yours? You talking about me and Nicole?
You, Batman. Did you
Me,
see Batman?
I did. I ain't had a chance.
Oh, nah, you tweaking. Ain't no way you ain't seen Batman.
I ain't had a chance.
It's
It
been
came out on
5 days.
it came out on the 4th, and I've been kind of down this week. Like a disclaimer to everybody out here in Opinion Nation. I might say some wild shit today. I'm from what I'm hearing, I'm high. I don't feel high, but
Why would you be high?
I've been taking muscle relaxers. I pulled I strained the muscle in my back. I had pulled a muscle last year in my back, and I aggravated it this year. I aggravated it Saturday, so like it was swollen. So I had to take a muscle relaxer and ibuprofen. I
Oh,
don't feel high, but people say that I might be.
I never understand that when people take a bunch of medications to say they get high. I've
All
never
I've had
gotten
is a
high.
dry. Now I'm telling you now, it been knocking me out, but it knocked me out because I took it wrong. Because I had took it before. The muscle relaxers, they're real small. They're like 10 milligrams. So when I took it, it didn't do nothing. So I figured, man, this ain't working. You know what I'm saying? Like my back's still jacked up. So when I took them this time, I popped 2 of them with the ibuprofen. Gone, knocked me dead out like a
But your
tranquil.
back wasn't hurting, huh?
Because I was asleep. You know what I'm saying? Sleep, couldn't do nothing. So I've been trying to take one, but then I talked to one of the nurse friends I got, and she was like, "Yeah, you ain't supposed to really feel that muscle relaxer. Even taking the one is doing what it's supposed to do. It's not really supposed to alleviate pain. It's just supposed to try to relax the muscle to help it go down. The ibuprofen is for like a little bit of the pain and for the swelling, so I can get the swelling down. And the muscle relaxer is basically to help with, it's to relax the muscle so the ibuprofen can get the swelling down a little faster. So like I ain't supposed to feel that. I thought when I take it, I'm supposed to feel kind of, like I can feel it doing it.
That's what I thought. Because
Yeah.
everybody be like, "Oh, I take the muscle relaxers and."
Yeah, I ain't feel nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, I didn't feel nothing. I popped 2 of them boys. And now I'm gonna tell you, I lost a day. I popped 2 of them and I went to bed. I laid down like 5 o'clock. Next I know it was like 10 o'clock the next day or something. I was gone. So I popped 1 today. I've been trying to be a little easy today to get up so I can finish out the week. But other than that, what else happened in my week, Jake? Nothing.
You've been fucked up. Your back been fucked
Yeah,
up.
that's really been it.
Ass to the gym today.
Well, I wasn't working out though.
He didn't tell you that, did he?
But I didn't work. I wasn't working out. I had clients.
You a liar. You're not gonna tell me you went to the gym and didn't do nothing.
I didn't do nothing.
You lying.
I didn't do any. I promise you, I didn't do nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
The most I did was raise my phone. You know what I'm saying? Looked at the time. Up next. Move over to here. Quick steps. You know what I'm saying? Alternate knees. I ain't do nothing. I ain't touch nothing.
Okay.
Muscle relax could be my gateway drugs. If this is a gateway drug, I never do drugs. If you don't feel, I can't. If this is being high, I don't understand why people like this so much. The most I got is a dry ass mouth. I mean, like cotton mouth in this motherfucker, and that's been about it. So if this is what it means to be high, then I don't understand why people get high. Like I ain't had no out of body experience. I ain't had nothing. It ain't felt good. I wasn't all loosey goosey, or I ain't saw no spaceships. I ain't heard about the planet Narn. You know what I'm saying? Rickets, none of that shit. No. So if this is what
week ago.
I talked to him yesterday too.
Okay.
It was interesting. I don't know if I should say anything online or to y'all.
Okay.
Not really sure yet.
You can't say that and then
not say nothing.
Maybe not online, but maybe afterwards.
Okay.
She gonna forget what she's supposed to say afterwards.
I ain't gonna forget.
Hell no. That's something she really think about not sharing.
Okay, so besides that, how
it was interesting. Well, this is my last week of training. So finally next week I go, to my regular schedule. But I'm nervous because I start early at 6 a.m. So if I'm tired, I'm not hearing no alarms. So when I go to bed, I've been setting my alarm for 5 and 5:30, right? I don't hear nothing. I still get up at my normal time at 7. I hear those alarms, but them early alarms, I don't hear them at all.
What about your phone ring?
I don't hear nothing early.
I was just gonna say I'm up at those times daily.
My friend said that too, but I'm like, maybe I need to go buy a traditional alarm clock. They got an annoying alarm that usually scare you out your sleep and put it across the room.
I can send my baby down there. She'll make sure your ass get up at 4 o'clock every day.
Every day. I mean, I got my light come on at 6 o'clock in the morning if I don't get up. Like my first alarm go off at 4:30.
They're like, why not to them? Not to you either.
So maybe you should go to sleep early.
Nah, he's saying why not to them. When I said I don't want to say,
He said
not to him either, especially not to him. Ooh wee.
Yeah, you don't have a choice now. It seems like you're gonna have to spill the beans now because it sounds like some shit that should be shared.
Yeah, sure it does.
So
not online afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah. And then if it's something that should have been online, we'll tell everybody next week.
Oh, okay.
And if it's something that shouldn't have been online, we'll forget it. We'll act like we don't even know what they talk about. There we go. Have y'all been keeping up with that Brittany Griner?
Yeah, I don't understand that. I mean, I understand what's happening, but it's weird timing, right?
Basically, yes, very weird timing.
So, I mean, the reason that she's over there is, for all who don't know, Brittany Griner is a WNBA player. Obviously, WNBA players don't make as much as NBA players, so in their off season, they play basketball overseas. She's overseas in Russia playing basketball, and drugs are, I guess, really frowned upon over in Russia. She had a vape pen that had, what was in it?
CBD oil or something. It was some kind of
oil. It wasn't CBD. It was some
kind of oil though.
But it was weed, but cannabis oil. It was a strain of it.
So she's been detained. They won't say that she's locked up. She's been detained for the last
10 years.
Yeah, she's been detained for the last 10 days. They didn't tell anybody
You said what, Mel?
They
she
saying she
was
can get 10
facing
years.
Yeah, she's facing 10 years. But she's been detained. They didn't tell anybody that she was detained for the first 4 days. So her family was looking for her. Nobody knew where the hell she was. And then they kind of got her almost like she a damn hostage. Like they got her damn mug shot was her holding the damn
Holding the hostage post.
paper or something. You know what I'm saying? It's weird as hell. Like I don't understand it. I don't like that shit. But
Yeah, and she been playing for them since like 2015, 2014, something like that.
yeah. So I mean, like I kind of felt like though we talked about accountability last week or week before last. She been out there for a while, so she know what she should and shouldn't be doing. And I don't know how she ended up getting caught with it, but if you know that's the law and it's strict out there, if you moving like that, you better move very diligent. And
My thing is, she been out there so long, they know her by face or whatever like that. There, I think it was the fact that she used to moving like that.
I think it's the fact that she's American and all this shit that we doing to Russia. They're like, okay, we gonna hold her. They gonna make an example out of her.
Shit, they already making an example, and then our gas prices is $4.50.
Man,
So it would be a bigger story if she wasn't beating her girl up. She been accused of whooping on her girl or her wife or whatever it is.
No, she got a wife. Yeah.
I ain't know she had been. I ain't heard nothing about Brittany until she had the hostage pitch out.
yeah, that shit. I don't like that shit.
I don't like my gas being $4.50.
Well,
It's 4.35 here.
And the thing is, we don't really buy that much gas. I mean, oil from Russia or the Ukraine. Be abusive for a few years. $4.39 that cost. $4.39 still is too damn much. Too much. And they just went on. They went up on gas for no reason too. It wasn't like they went up on it because of the threat of what was going on over there. It wasn't like, oh, we finna go over here and all the oil finna be gone, so let's go up on prices. Soon as Russia moved in on Ukraine, they just
I mean, they just use war for everything. If we go into war with Canada, they gonna say up gas prices.
I'm gonna deal with it, but Jesus, it's too much. $100 to fill up. That OJ, you driving the big boy.
yeah,
But you ain't gotta go nowhere though.
I don't, but shit, when we do fill up, shit, it ain't cheap. I just filled up the other day, and it was like $90-something.
Was that from half a tank?
Nah, that was from a quarter.
Okay, because I'm gonna say shit. I'm filling up for $100. Groceries always been up high though right now. Groceries been up high for
Nah, man, groceries they been high, but these groceries is ridiculous, bro.
I mean, the chicken been ridiculous. You can't find no chicken.
meat, period. I mean, but y'all, you eat is chicken, so you wouldn't know about the rest of that. But say gas is how they telling people they have to go back in the office, no more working remote. Yeah, and they went up on the prices just when they telling people they got to go back in too to make sure they get that money out your pocket.
They gonna do that. They need to be giving people a stipend.
No way they gonna do that, my boy. You should have been had the garden started. What you talking about to get it started?
I thought the garden was.
Ain't it snow out there?
Snow. Nah.
Yeah.
It was just 70 degrees the other day. What you talking about?
What you talking about? Don't be wishing that on us.
It's summer here now. You know what I'm saying? We in 40s and 50s.
Right.
No, wasn't it just cold yesterday?
Yeah, from down south it was.
Potato, tomato, okay?
We had a little dusting to come through. That would just make your garden, you know what I'm saying, really strong.
It's just the seasoning.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah.
Anyway, so did y'all
snow gotta be a constant temperature of 60 minutes.
Minimum.
Oh.
This It only has an S at the end of it. For
60 minutes.
60 minutes? What the fuck? I ain't never seen nobody. We don't really abbreviate minimum like that. You done with me, huh? Why you done with me?
I'm with you, Mel. I would have thought it said minutes too.
Minutes, yeah, that's the abbreviation. You know what I'm saying?
Jay be
Boy,
using them context clues.
yeah, that's all it was. That's all. What was you about to say, Nicole?
Did y'all see this last video I just sent y'all with Young Jock?
Oh, I did watch that.
I saw that. Yes. I
That's crazy.
I don't believe that though. I feel like that was fake.
Do you?
In all honesty, I'm hoping it was fake.
Because part of me was feeling like when he hung up, he might hurt her.
Let's explain the video first.
So in the video, Young Jock do these things where, like somebody, like the dude called in because he got ghosted.
They stole a little thing that from Chicago radio, where like the white people used to do this on like 97, whatever, a couple years ago. But they call and you'll call in if you went on a date and you don't hear from that person after you've been dating, whatever. They'll call the person without that person knowing you're on the line to try to see why that they aren't calling you back or answering your calls or what's going on or why you ghosted them. They did that to this young dude called in, act like he really liked this girl that had been dating for 6 months. He then went to a little kickback, then all of a sudden she wasn't calling him no more or wasn't accepting his calls or nothing. He couldn't get in touch with her. They called her over the phone. You know what I'm saying? He in the background, basically. They tell him, hey, don't say nothing until we bring you in. Ask her if she want to talk about him. His name is Don. When they bring up Don, she's like, I know y'all ain't calling me over Don. And so they're like, yeah, they go through the whole spiel about they want to get it back together. And she's like, I don't really want to talk about it on here. I don't think I want to talk about it. She's like, it's probably for the best interest that we don't even go there. She like, I can end this call right now. Dude, Don, jump up like, nah, I'm here. Tell me what's going on. What's up? What's going on? In a nutshell, him and his boys was in the kitchen at the kickback bragging about killing the dude
at the gas station.
At the gas station. I don't know. It may have been a year or whatever. It was in 2020. So, but I don't know when his phone call was
July
made.
2020.
That's when they killed the guy. I don't know when the date for the phone call was made. And come to find out, she said that was her brother that they had killed. And they still haven't found the people who killed it. So she basically got away from him and just left it at that. My thing is, if it's real, she should have went to the police, let them know something, because now you're going to have them niggas on your ass because you put it out. Even though you know what I'm saying, you put it on the air who did it, guy's still stupid enough to come and whack your ass because now ain't no more witnesses to whatever they say.
Yeah, crazy.
Me personally, like I say, I think it was staged. I hope it was staged. I didn't look it up because I just saw the video you sent like maybe 15 minutes or so before we got here, so I didn't have a chance to look up to even see if it was a shooting like that. You know what I'm saying, at that time.
But did they say where they was, what city or whatever?
Atlanta, I thought.
I it was Atlanta because that's what a radio station was, but we could be wrong. That necessarily mean.
Oh.
Yeah, I assumed it was Atlanta. I'm saying when it happened. So, but like I said, hopefully it was staged and wasn't real. That's what I was hoping on that.
Yeah, I think that shit was fake to me. I mean, like you said, it had been some time. He said it had been some time since she had talked to him. And she didn't go to no police, no family members or nothing. Like nothing happened to the guy. She know where he lived. You don't like a motherfucker that much to find out they killed your brother and not tell nobody.
Nobody.
So I don't know how. I mean, if it is, I mean.
Yeah, it do seem kind of weird because it's like we don't know who did it. We trying to find out. We want justice, and then you find out who it is, and you don't say nothing.
You don't say nothing. You don't tell your uncles, your other brothers, your nephews, somebody.
Couldn't have been us because he'd have been whacked that night.
The whole party.
Whole kickback. Did it. I sure wouldn't have went to the police station, but I just got out of there. Hey, you know what, babe? I got to make a run. Let me use your car real quick. Made sure he was still there. Had that whole place aired out. So hopefully that was staged. That was staged.
Yeah, because again, if it ain't, I pray for her safety.
Yeah. What I wanted to talk about before we got into this, before we get into the topic, for all our opinionation people like that, we are supposed to be talking about mental health for men today. We might push it back a little bit depending on how we get into it because we were trying to get a guest on and we just couldn't get it nailed down. And so instead of us just talking about it amongst ourselves, we want to try to bring somebody in who has a better grasp on the topic than we do. She would have made up another reason. Oh, okay, possible. So, but with that, all throughout the week we get different things that we talk about in our group. One thing that I think Nicole sent was about a couple. I guess they were well off, but they were talking about having kids, and the wife wanted the husband to pay her to have a kid, basically.
Don't say it like that.
But that's what it was.
No, it wasn't. He wanted to go 50-50 on everything. She just wanted to continue 50-50.
That's not 50-50 though.
That is 50-50.
No, it's not.
Read it. You got it?
I got it. I got it. Hold on, I got it. You ain't saying nothing. I mean, just read it. Like, read it. Yeah.
Michael, where you been? We been coin that.
Right. He talking about write that down.
We been coin that. Damn that 12 months ago.
Okay, do you want me to read the whole thing? Because it's like 2 pages.
Yes, so they can know what it is.
All right, I was just gonna read the highlights, but okay, say so why is it always money coming from a man? Is that all women want? Yes.
What are you talking about? Money from a man? She's paying. They make the same amount of money, and they pay half on everything.
Okay, let me go ahead and read this here because Nicole.
Because I didn't read it either, honestly. So.
Okay, so it says, I have been dating my wife for 6 years, and we have been spiritually married for 2 years. So they only spiritually married. They aren't even married. So we are not legally married, although at this point we are essentially common law. I don't know where they at because we don't even do too much common law no more. We are both high earners, both earning over $175,000 a year after tax. We purchased our home together, and we have agreed to split the finances 50-50. We paid for our wedding, honeymoon, everything 50-50. Although I did pay for the cost of our rings and her engagement ring. Our mortgage payments were 50-50, and we comfortably own our home now. So much of our income goes to savings, investment, home improvements, and discretionary spending. Because of our incomes, we felt it would be best to keep our finances separate. We both highly independent people, and we both very, very career driven. It's part of the reason I'm so attached to her. She's amazing at what she does, and I'm so proud to be able to introduce her as my wife and explain what she does.
He said attached or attracted?
I'm sorry, attracted.
Oh.
She does. Unfortunately, our first 2 years of marriage were hampered by COVID and lockdowns. We would have loved to have traveled and saved up quite a bit in order to do this. A couple months ago, we had a talk and decided it might be a good time to have kids instead of continuously waiting for better or safer travel conditions. Without too serious discussion about it, we decided to stop using birth control and let things happen as they will. Yesterday, I came home and my wife was on the phone. She seemed like she was in a hurry to end her conversation and tried to evade my question. When I asked who she was talking to, it was her sister. They don't talk a lot, so that was a bit weird. She still works from home, so she continued to do some work. Then we had dinner and watched the news. Regular, pleasant evening. Then she said she wants to have a serious talk and asked me to make us some tea and meet her upstairs at her work desk. I make the tea, bring it up, and she starts talking financials. Her workplace allows for now. She worked from home. Her workplace allows for maternity leave for up to a year, but only provides 50% of her salary for up to 6 months. The remaining 6 months is unpaid. She was very direct and said that while her insurance would cover the vast majority of hospital-related costs during pregnancy and childbirth, taking a 6-month break from work would cost her almost $50,000. Since her pay would be cut in half, she has asked for me to compensate her for that $50,000, in addition to agreeing to split any related but unexpected costs to pregnancy and childbirth. Her stance is that she is doing something for us to start a family, but it's not a true 50-50 split if she is expected to take a financial hit for it and I am not. Given that our finances are separate, she had a printed list of expectations in terms of what she expected financially, listing some things that her insurance may not cover. I see the logic in that, but I am really very turned off by this because she is essentially asking me to pay her to have children. Hold on. Nana says it sounds reasonable.
I mean, it's reasonable, but when men want to go 50-50, but when she want to go 50-50, he feels some type of way.
It's still not 50-50, but hold on.
Finish reading now.
She saw my hesitation and just doubled down. While her ideal is to return to work After 6 months, she says it's a real possibility that she may require more time off and decide as things happen to take up to a year off. So she had another plan drafted for that. For the first 6 months, her work will give her 50% of her salary, and I will compensate her the rest. But for the next 6 months, since her work would not compensate her, and because this loss is something she is doing for the family, she is comfortable splitting the loss of her income and only asking me for 50% of her salary instead of 100% for the second 6-month period. And she would take the loss of 50% of her salary. The idea, I guess, is that both of us suffer half the loss of income for the second 6-month period. However, if she takes 7 to 11 months off, any month after the 6th can be prorated. She expressed that she anticipates and hopes to return to work in 6 months, but that she wants a contingency plan in the event that she requires a year off. She said that taking more than a year off is something she is very unlikely to do, as it would put her job at risk, but that she's open to exploring a third plan with me if I feel that is necessary. There are also detailed notes about how she wants to keep housework split, with plans to start saving for both childcare and additional housekeeper expenses for at least the first 4 years. I kid you not, it's a 16-page ring binder that she handed me with detailed notes, some explanations, and list of expenses. But the immediate and essential element here is that she wants me to pay her $50,000 to $100,000 to compensate for the loss of her salary for 6 to 12 months as a result of her having our child. So now that's a business-minded person.
I'm gonna just say the reason why
I don't know,
like,
man. I don't know how they had a wedding, but it wasn't really real.
right. If it wasn't real, how they pay for half the wedding, but
right.
Maybe they ain't have a real preacher, nobody, a priest or nothing, or a judge. They just had a reception, maybe.
They had a party.
Yeah, they had a reception. So I just kind of feel like, but see, this is just me. I think the whole 50-50 thing is to each his own. Oh, I'll just say that. So I feel like if that's their agreement and they doing 50-50 on everything, this baby is ours, and I do have to, essentially she's paying to have the baby because she's losing half of her salary in order to have a baby. So she's essentially paying what her job is. You know what I'm saying? She's paying too. So if we're gonna both put in for this, then this is how much I'm sacrificing to have this baby, and this is what you need to sacrifice to have this baby. I don't.
So it's not 50-50 though.
It's not a sacrifice on her end if she's still being
she's not
made whole,
she's
or she close to it. I'm the one. I'm really losing.
Right.
No.
Her total
she
pay.
said 50,000. They both make over.
She said she was going to lose 50,000, so he has to replace that. So she's being made whole, and he's losing 50,000.
Right.
That's not equal.
She's getting her total pay, and he's not getting his.
But she's carrying a baby and going through all of that, and her insurance that she pays for is paying for the doctor visits and all of that. She ain't asking him, okay, half your insurance got to pay for everything else. She pays for her own insurance through her job, her insurance, which covers that. So now what the insurance don't cover, let me finish. What her insurance don't cover, she's still saying go half. She ain't saying because I pay for insurance and that's what it's covering, now you got to pay what insurance don't cover. She's still splitting that with him. That ain't 50-50 either.
She's still being made whole on her salary.
So what?
Leave is optional.
He's not even paying, but he's still not. She's not being made. She ain't being made whole on the cost of having the baby.
How not?
How?
It's 50-50.
It's not 50-50 because he don't pay her insurance. She has to pay.
Insurance comes directly out of her check. He cannot pay her anyway.
She's not losing.
She is losing that. She pays the insurance and that's why if she didn't pay the insurance,
that's if she wasn't with him, she would have insurance. That don't make no sense to me.
It makes all the sense. If she wasn't with him, she wouldn't be pregnant. What are you talking about? She wouldn't even be having this conversation about a baby.
Is your argument that she has to pay for insurance out of her pocket?
It's coming out of her check.
Correct. It's coming out of her check whether she's pregnant or not, right? The insurance don't go up. She's been paying this insurance forever. It's through her job. She don't even see that when she get her check. That's gone before she gets her check.
What difference do that make?
The difference
That don't
it
make
makes is what she's saying is we're gonna use a whole number. Let's say I'm gonna say I make more money than her, right? We both make maybe 170, but I'm gonna say I make more. I'm gonna say she make 100,000, I make 125. She's saying that while she's pregnant, on maternity leave, whatever, they're gonna cut her salary in half, so she only gonna make 50,000. We both should be 50-50. Now, if she only gonna make 50,000, she want me to give her 50,000. I give her 50,000. She gets her whole check. She's not losing anything. I'm down. I'm only making $75,000 now.
Yeah, but you're not. But so it is still 50.
That's not 50-50 then.
Because he can't carry the baby,
so
he's gonna compensate. He's gonna compensate that and the extra money because he ain't got to go through no morning sickness. He ain't got to go through no backaches. He ain't got to go through no.
I'm paying you to have my baby.
What?
I'm paying you to have my baby.
No, you're.
Yes, you just said
but she's paying too to have the baby.
No, she's not.
She is paying. She's paying monetarily because her salary is cut in half, and she's
getting
paying
that back. She's getting that money back.
And she's paying physically.
Okay, so I'm paying you to carry the baby.
No, and she's paying physically. Y'all both paying.
You cannot believe it.
I think it's fair. I think it's fair. Men want to go 50-50 all the time. Now you don't want to go 50. He not complaining. Not once. First of all, let me finish. Not once did he say in this letter, she's overcharging me. I'd be willing to give her this. Her numbers is off. He's upset that she's even asking him to go half, even if it's not exactly half.
And rightfully he should, because she's not asking him to go half. She's asking him to pay her to have a baby.
Because they're going 50-50 on everything. They're going 50-50 on these doctor bills. They're going 50-50 if I'm losing salary. Now, maybe her numbers is off, okay? So let's just say, okay, yeah, her numbers, she's making her whole. Maybe she needs to rework those numbers so that it's actually 50-50. It's still nothing wrong with that. Because if we're having a baby and we're both incurring costs on everything, you need to incur some of these costs too. If I'm losing salary, you're going to need to lose some salary. So if I'm losing this amount of money, you need to compensate me, even if you just give me 25,000.
Like to me,
100 or 25,000.
That's a selfish mind state on any part, right? If we're married, first of all, and I don't want to speak on anybody else's finances, but to me, if we married, our finances should be mingling. There should not be a yours or mine. It should be ours. Correct? If I'm coming home and we together, we married or common law, whatever it is, and we making together $325,000. They $175 a piece, right? So they making $325,000 a year annually between the two of them. Why our funds not together anyway? And if you losing that, then I'll pick up the slack on whatever it is that I'm bringing in. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't make sense.
I mean, I agree. I ain't never been married.
That's a selfish mind state to say that because I'm a carry the baby. You
not selfish.
Compensate me. It's selfish on both parts to even say, first of all, we gonna be married, but what's mine is mine and what's yours is yours. That's selfish.
But that works for some people. Just because that don't mean it's selfish. That works for some people. I don't believe in stuff like that, but that works for that household.
I'm not saying
it's selfish just because they say.
This is my opinion.
But that don't make them selfish if that's how they were in their household and that's how it is. And if that's how you say, hey, we do everything, then don't be mad when I present you with something like, okay, we 50-50, everything about to be 50-50.
But that's not.
I said if she reworked those numbers to make it 50-50, maybe those numbers are off because I didn't think about that. Yes, that is making her whole. So she needs to rework those numbers. Because on the second half, she did say, okay, here, pay, half. You know what I'm saying? They both losing the same amount of money.
I applaud her using it in the way that I would assume a selfish person would, or not even a selfish person, but like Shaka said, a businessman person would. Like she's approaching it as if having this child is a business. Like this is gonna be our overhead. You see what I'm saying? I'm fronting the cost because physically or whatever the fuck her thought process is behind it. I respect it, and if she can get him to go along with it, more power to her. But to me, that shit just weird.
That must be how they run their household all the time.
It
It
can't
ain't
be.
weird
He
to
got a
her. It's
problem
only
with it.
weird because she's asking him for it.
I
But it
don't.
ain't weird when a man come
Yeah,
to a
though.
woman and say, "Hey, this is
She's
what it
not
is. This is
complaining
what we
about the
got to
fact
do."
that she wants it to be a half thing. He's complaining about the fact that she telling him he basically, or the way that he's interpreting it is that she wants him to pay her to have the baby.
And that's why he putting it out there like that. She wants me to pay to have a baby. No, say what it is. Y'all deal everything as in business.
But if
Everything
we
is
go, but
50-50.
here's the thing:
Everything is have you do this. Everything is separate.
But he
Everything
did
is you
put it out
incur this.
like
I'm going
that.
to help you.
if we go
So
off of the numbers that she provided, then it is her telling him that she want him to pay her to have the baby because it's not a 50-50 split based off of
that's semantics.
it's
And
not.
that's semantics and
It's not.
whatever, however you want to interpret it.
It's
The
the
bottom
truth.
line
That's the
is
facts.
the bottom line, but the bottom line is
The
we
bottom
share the
line is
cost.
she want to get paid to have a
The
baby.
bottom line is we share the cost and everything. And if I'm going to have this baby and it's costing me to have this baby, I'm going to need it to cost you too.
I don't understand where you're saying it's costing her to have this baby.
Because she's losing pay. That's
But
where it's
she's
costing
being
her.
recuperated. That's what you're not. That's what you keep.
What's
leaving
being
out.
recuperated?
The money that she losing.
Where's it being recuperated at? Tell me, where is it being recuperated
She
at?
just said that if she's gonna lose $50,000 on the first 6
See,
months.
you just trying not to understand me.
No, I'm
I've
not. You're not
already
letting me
said,
finish. You're not
Jay,
letting me
I
finish.
already
You're not-
said her numbers are wrong,
I
right?
understand what you're saying, but if we going off of what she said, we can't say her numbers is wrong, so that don't make sense. Now, this is what was presented. Her numbers were she gonna lose 50,000 and he gonna pay it back. He didn't fight that. He not fighting that at all.
And what I'm saying
All
is he
he's
didn't
saying is
mention, but my problem is he didn't say she just want to recoup and he has a problem with paying 50. I'll pay this because we always go half. I understand. So I'm willing to do this. No, he has a problem with giving her anything. He wants her to have this baby, miss out on her 50-50, and he don't have to pay nothing. Your insurance gonna cover everything that you're paying. You gonna be off work without pay in the 6 months. And that's it. He didn't say I'm willing to, pay half of whatever, to make this whole or make it even. He has a problem with paying anything, not the fact that she's over asking me.
If we're saying that they've been living however long they've been together, what did he say? 6 years that they've been together and married.
Well, they've been knowing each other 6.
Yeah.
They've been spiritually married for 2. So we don't know how long they've been living together.
They've been spiritually married for 2. That we can assume that they've been living together for 2 years. All the bills been split. She's in the house. She has a baby. Her pay is cut by 25% or whatever. She lose that $50,000. Do you honestly think that her lifestyle is going to change, or he will allow her lifestyle to change if he's continuing to pay whatever it is that has to be taken care of for the not even if it's to spite her, but for the sake of the child? Do you think that anything that she's going to lose with regards to her pay, she's going to feel that?
We can't say that because if she's writing
Then
up
we
this
can't
proposal,
say none of the shit you just said because he did not say I don't want to pay her.
But
So
listen,
we can't do that.
but Jay, you talking about
do I think with the numbers on your end to make it look good for you, and then
Jay,
not
I'm
do it
not
on
going to
the
play
other
with no
end?
numbers.
That's
You
what I'm
asking me. You
I got a
asking me to say, do I think he's going to? For all we know,
You just said you think he don't want her to pay for shit. He don't want to
listen
pay
to
for shit.
me. For all we know, she's still gonna have to continue because she's still saying we're still gonna go half on this and half on that. So even though her money cut in half, she's still paying 50-50 on the rent. She's still paying 50-50 on bills. She ain't having this baby and off rent. Now he taking care of everything. She still gotta pay her half on the other shit.
That was her proposal, though.
My question is this:
this what we're not with this. This is walking away from accountability again, because this wasn't him saying you need to do X, Y, Z. This was her proposal. She put that out there. He didn't ask for that.
He didn't say I oppose it either. He only put that out there. He didn't say what he didn't say. He didn't say she want me to pay for a child. He didn't say she want me to pay for her to have a baby, even though I'm going to take over all the bills while she's out. He didn't say that.
So then, once he give her that $50,000, do she pay 75% of the bills and he only pay 25%?
I don't know, because that wasn't it. I don't know. It ain't in the contract.
So that would make it 50-50, right? Because it don't make sense for him to pay 50% of the bills and give her $50,000 or $100,000 actually.
I don't know.
$100,000.
I don't know.
Okay, I mean, those are the things you got to look at in there. I mean, Basically,
I mean,
she's
but
saying,
he didn't mention any of that. He just strictly had a problem with paying her anything or having any type of monetary loss, like she's having a monetary loss
he
with
didn't
having a
say, but
baby.
see, he didn't say he had a problem with a monetary loss. He said he had a problem with paying her to have a baby for him.
Semantics. He's just saying it in a different way.
That's not
Because either way, even if he say I'm just going to have a monetary loss, he's still going to be paying her. Even if she dropped the number down and said, okay, this is what I'm going to lose, but I only want you to pay $10,000 to make it even, or 25 to make it even. I'm losing this amount. You're going to lose this amount, so that we're still making the same amount of money. You know what I'm saying? Let's break it so I'm still gonna be making the same amount of money. You're gonna be making the same. If we both make 175, but I'm gonna be missing 50. Okay, you give me 25 just to balance it out, so we both whole, and we gonna continue to pay what we paying 50-50.
Yeah, that's not 50-50.
Why not?
If I'm paying my half of the bills out of $175,000, and then my 175 goes down to 150, but yours stays at 175.
It's not gonna stay at 175. You didn't hear what I said. See, I said what I said was we both make 175.
Correct.
If I'm gonna lose 50,000, right?
Correct.
And
Correct.
instead of you paying the 50, even if she says you just give me 25, whatever it is to make it whole, so that now I'm only making 150 and you're only making 150. Now we're both making still the same, because we both usually bring in 175, but you're gonna give me the extra, that half of what I'm losing. So now I'm only making 150, you're only making 150, and we're gonna continue that way to split everything.
We're not splitting everything, because now I'm not making. See, what you're trying to say is you're trying to look at the end result, what we both have in our pocket, and say, oh, now we the same. Well, we're not. Where if my money was here and I'm paying the bills out of what I had here, but before I can pay them bills, I take whatever amount you say and put it over here for you. So now you're on the same plane with me. I'm still paying 75% of the bills.
But what you don't understand is you act
50-50.
like he's giving her something that's just for her, but this is us. This
You act
baby
like she
is
giving
ours.
me
So
something that's
you're
just for
paying,
me.
just like I'm losing 50 or I'm gonna lose 25 for this baby. You need to lose 25. This baby ain't just mine. This is our baby. So if I'm losing money from work, now I was up here before I got pregnant. Now I'm here, and I still now I'm here, and now I gotta pay my half of the bills out of this money down here because of our baby.
That
We
sounds like
both
she
gotta
don't
incur
want
the
to have a
cost.
baby, and instead of saying I don't want to have a baby, she making it a business.
Maternity leave, just because you work from home don't mean nothing.
It sounds like she don't want to have a baby, and she using that. She's got disguising that as a business play. You see what I'm saying? Because there's no way that you're gonna tell that every man you meet, you basically telling me that if he can't cover whatever you gonna lose while you out on maternity leave, he can't afford to have a baby with you. That don't make no sense.
That's her, and that's who he
Every
chose to be a spiritual husband to. He knew how she was.
I agree with you on that. He does take some accountability.
Every woman ain't like that. I ain't never heard a woman say that.
I never said all women like that. I'm speaking specifically to her.
You said now if for every woman or any man, you did say that.
No, I
just said it.
No, I said any man that wants to have a baby with her. That's what I said.
You said with you.
No, I didn't. I said with her. Okay, I'll
rotate.
You, I meant her. That's what I was talking about. Clearly, I wasn't talking about Nicole. If a man want to have a baby with her, she's saying that if you can't take on whatever I'm gonna lose in my maternity leave, then you can't have a baby. Just say you don't want to have a baby.
I personally think her numbers were a little skewed off, but I understand what she was trying to do and why her mind state was that. I think her numbers were off in her mind, just like I was saying, try to make them whole. I think she felt like I said, if we both make 200,000, right? We both want to have a baby. So if I'm gonna lose, if I'm gonna only be making 150,000, wait a minute, we both make 200,000. We both talked about having a baby. So, okay, we both gonna have a baby. We both need to take a loss, right? So if I'm gonna lose 50,000, I'm gonna need you to give me 25. And then now we both making,
That's idiotic. It'd been different if you just said, "Look, I'm gonna lose 50,000 on here. I'm gonna need you to step up and take care of more of the bills." You know what I'm saying? While we going here until I'm able to get back to a point or whatever. But to tell me you got to come out of your pocket, give me money to boost up how much I make, and then still pay 50% of it, that's idiotic. You
but what's the difference? That ain't
pay me.
that ain't no different.
You know what the difference is? The difference is I still am going to have cash left because you're saying give you the money to boost your payback up and then still pay half on the bill or really pay 75% on the bill because you're paying the bills with my money anyway.
It's not your money. It's your half on your baby.
So wait, how much do babies go for now? Like how much do women charge?
Whatever. It depends on you. That's what your baby go for. You everybody baby ain't worth hers. Everybody don't lose $50,000 when they go to work because they go on maternity leave. So everybody ain't worth.
Everybody lose something
for
though.
them ain't worth that.
So babies are a business now. So every time a woman goes
for some people, not for me, but obviously everything they do is a business.
No,
and she's continuing. This is how they operate. And now he don't like it because she got a 16-page binder and he's trying to ridicule her and make her, she's trying to make me pay her to have a baby. But this is how y'all operate. Everything is 50-50. Y'all operate like a business. You get your money, she got her money. Hey, you got your half for the rent, you got your half for the light bill. Everything is half. Okay, what's your half on this baby? This is what's it's costing me. I'm gonna need you to help me out on this. That's how they operate. And now you mad.
She didn't say help me out. She said I need you to pay me on this.
Same thing.
It's not semantics.
It's the same thing.
No.
Same thing.
Raising a child is not
you can't really believe this shit.
It's same thing.
Raising a child is not about $230,000 because I don't got it and I got 2 kids. I ain't made $460,000. So
I think she meant over.
I'm sure you have, rich boy.
I haven't.
I don't.
I'm sure you have. Like, tally up those shoes, those gym shoes.
What'd you say, Mia?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she didn't mean like as soon as they was born.
But
oh wait, is she talking about the actual? No, she said raising the child. Okay, yeah. Okay.
It's more than that. 230. That ain't even close to enough.
That's like from birth to 18 or maybe longer if they go to college.
Yeah, that ain't even close. 230,000 ain't close.
I don't believe that.
That ain't close.
But what are we saying though? Like, is that what we saying that you're going to spend out over the lifetime of that child, or is we saying that? I don't believe that.
You think it's more or less?
I believe it's less.
Hell no.
I believe it's less.
No. Because if you sit down, because I guarantee you, if you sit down and go through your expenses with one kid right now, you damn near there.
No.
Out of 7 years old, if you go over y'all expenses from her birth to 7 years old, I guarantee you damn near there.
No.
And that's just for one.
I doubt it.
That's just for one.
I doubt it.
The childbirth, we already got the number here. Childbirth is anywhere from 16 to 35.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know nobody that ever paid for their birth.
Oh, you paid for yours, nigga. I know how you are with your bills. So you paid for yours. How much is daycare?
I was on Medicaid, so they paid for everything.
They wasn't on Medicare. So
daycare is not cheap. I'm not gonna lie. Daycare ain't cheap. Daycare ain't cheap.
Daycare is about what?
Daycare shit. Annually, when Autumn was in daycare, shit, it was probably about $6,500, almost $7,000.
Almost $7,000, and she was in daycare for how many years?
So when she was in the school, so like before she went to the school, it was cheaper.
Okay.
$1,000 a month for daycare? That's rent. Ooh, Lord.
If she get 4 years in daycare, if you go 6, that's 4 times 6 is what?
24.
24 grand, cuz that's right there. That's just 24 grand in daycare.
Yeah, but she wasn't in that daycare for 24. We had a split. You know what I'm saying?
So
We got-
1 year she was somewhere else. So I take
No.
20
She
grand
was
off.
only there for like 2 years, 3. Nah, damn, she might have been there for a year.
Yeah.
Nah, I got to do some math. But what I'm saying is, don't get me wrong. Certain people, yes, but everybody don't have that. Everybody don't live like that. You see what I'm saying? So like, I don't think that's
Thing is, cuz this you got to remember about this here. Everybody doesn't have it at one time.
but a lot of people don't have it all together.
If you
I
go
know
through,
people.
cuz if you go through most people's finance, you will be shocked about how much money they just screwed off. How much money they passed through their hands that they saying that they didn't have.
Yeah.
I understand that, but I also know that there's a lot of people out here struggling and still
There are.
make do with less.
There are. And those people struggling, bottom roll of it, I guarantee you, for the life of their child, they didn't spend more than $230,000
I don't know.
from inception to the time that they. Because I don't even know when you stop taking care of a child, really.
You don't. I mean, like if you go from having a kid just from birth to death, yes. But I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of parents that ain't got close to that, and their kids is good.
I don't believe that. You think they ain't got close to it?
You got.
And you think they got
Are you
close to it
saying
because
that
there's no
paying out of
record.
their pocket, period, or are you saying like with assistance as well?
I'm saying period. To raise a child, period. I don't care where the money come from. I'm saying this is what it costs to raise it. I don't care if it's coming from
I'm
Link.
thinking okay, but I'm thinking out of the pocket though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking.
No, I'm talking about this is the cost to raise a child, period.
Okay, I can agree with that. My interpretation of it was out of the parents' pocket.
Oh, no, I'm talking about to raise a child, period. This is the cost. Because a lot of it, because don't get me wrong, in some places it don't come out of the parents' pocket.
And that's why I'm saying like it's a lot.
Link,
Right. There's a lot of assistance that, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of families that don't have it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, out of the parents' pocket. I don't see there's a lot of that. But if we talking just, I guess, all that shit, all encompassing, then yeah.
I think this from Nicole.
Well, I read that. So this is what I wanted to point out too. One other thing too that he mentioned in there and said we're both career driven. To me, that says neither one of them, both of them probably want kids, but they're so into making money in their job. So even her, me not knowing her, but her presenting this to him, I don't feel like the way he explained how they are seems absurd considering how he described them. They both seem to be money driven and income driven. And she probably, okay, we want to have a child. But she probably don't want to lose no money to have this child, just like he don't want to lose no money to have this child. You know what I'm saying? So that's just, he know what type of woman she is. She about that money.
I think the thing is, it's all in wording, and I understand that. But like I say, the way, if she worded it the way that he presented it to us, she basically said, you have to pay me to have a child. She could have said that same thing without wording it like that, basically. You know what I'm saying? And it wouldn't have went over like that. When it came to the fact of saying, I'm going to lose this amount of money, you need to give me this amount of money in order for me to go through this pregnancy, it would have turned just by any. I don't know no man who would have sat there and be like, oh, okay, that's what
he might be emotional and telling the story from an emotional side.
That's how it's presented. Because in the same way, if she'd have just said, because don't get me wrong, I would have been on her team if she was trying to get a contract to make sure he picked up the slack and everything else. You know what I'm saying? On something like that, to say, I'm just trying to cover myself because I don't want to get stuck with the baby. I'm losing half of my pay. Then you sticking me with other bills and stuff like that. I'm on her team with that. Say, I need to make sure I'm covered, that you're going to take care of the rent or you're going to take care of these certain things here because since I have less money now, I'm not able to do those things until I get back on my feet. But to turn around and say, no, I'm going to lose this money, you're going to recompensate
But
me
maybe she presented that so that she didn't have to say, hey, maybe she said, okay, I'm gonna need you to do the boom, 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 so that I can still keep up my end of paying 50-50. Because maybe she know how he is. You still gonna be expecting me to pay half of my shit.
But it's in the wording. It's not 50-50.
But we ain't get her wording. We got his wording.
That's what we got to go on.
Yeah, but I can read between the lines.
Only when you want to.
All the time.
Only when you want to.
So I want to talk about this other thing.
Who are not really ready to be a couple.
They spiritually married. They are. Right.
They spiritually married and had a
Spiritually
wedding.
ready. They
Spiritually
ready.
married and paid for a wedding.
They paid for a wedding.
Right.
They had a
So
real nice cocktail party at them.
Right.
so I wanna talk about what Jay put in there about the amusement park.
Oh,
Because I
that's
had
deep.
a different opinion.
Okay,
Me
go
and
ahead.
Michael had talked about this. Anybody want to read it? Can somebody got it? Can read it?
I got it.
Got it. You got it.
Give
All
me
right.
1 second. I posed it, so I might as well. Okie dokie. So this goes back to our conversation a couple weeks ago about accountability. This is a scenario, and I got this from I was watching a show, and this.
Oh, real quick. Hold on before you read it. What's my man name? For next week. The mental health guy.
Jamie.
Deron, I need you to have Jamie reach out to us if you can, please. She was in the comments. So
Okay. So it was a scenario that I saw on a TV show, and it says, I own a water park, right? A man, 300 pounds, he comes to the water park. I got signs all around every entrance of each ride that has the ride restrictions, specifically stating weight limits. The man ignores all the signs, stands in line for a ride, gets all the way up to the top. When he gets to the top of the ride, my operator asks him, "Hey, do you need to? Are you sure you should be on this ride?" He says yes. The weight limit on this ride is 250 pounds. The man is 300 pounds. My
50
my
pounds overweight.
asked him, "Are you sure you should be on this ride?" He says yes. He proceeds to go and grab a kid's inner tube. My operator grabs a adult inner tube and tells him that's the wrong one. He gets his ass on this ride, cracked 3 ribs, broke his arm. He got the little joint where his shit stretched like this, so he stretched out. So he's suing me now. Who's in the wrong, me or him?
That's just what I was finna say. Now, why I think the owner was wrong, just like short people, right? They
Yeah.
got them damn things. Stand over there. Let me make sure you tall enough. Put a damn scale up there. Step on that scale. Sorry.
I think my thing was, of course, I fought the guy because he knew he was there, but at the same time, like me and Jay talked about, I said the operator didn't do her due diligence. I'm saying, like, because by her asking, are you sure you should be on this ride? It wasn't asking to the point of basically saying that there's a restriction for them. Now, in my opinion, if she would have said something like, so you know there are restrictions to getting on this ride, something like that, and he would have
Because
said,
what if he couldn't read?
but if he would have said yes to, yeah, I know there's some restrictions or whatever, because I understand the fact that she was trying not to embarrass him and she didn't want to talk about his weight and stuff like that because it's a touchy subject. But when she looked at him and saw the fact that, hey, you look pretty big, you know what I'm saying, it should have been, okay, so you know we have a weight restriction on this ride, right? And if he would have said yes, then in my opinion, okay, she kind of covered herself at least at some point. But she never pointed to the fact that there was a restriction here. It was just, are you sure you should be riding this ride? And his answer was yeah, and then that was it. And we're in a suing society. So
Right. But my whole thing is, even if she said, are you aware that there's a weight restriction? And even if he said, yeah, with the right lawyer, he could still get paid. Just like if you're in a store and they got a wet sign and you fall, with the right attorney, you can still get paid from falling in that store.
Don't get me wrong. With the right attorney, it don't matter what she did besides the fact of putting him off the ride. She would have to physically block him from not getting on.
No, but what I'm saying is, as the owner, you're supposed to have measures. Just like, okay, yeah, it's touchy to talk about weight, right? But we looking at you. We know you big. Some people touch you about that height. You know what I'm saying? I don't like hearing, you got on that ride. You tall enough to get on that ride. But they got them little height things, and I got to go stand my short ass up there to make sure I'm tall enough to get on this ride. And if I'm not, I got to turn around, have a scale, because you got to cover yourself. Because the bottom line is you don't want anybody to get hurt. People all day long, you know what I'm saying, might say, oh, I'm a little bit over the weight, but I'll be okay. Yeah, he was he needs to take accountability too, because he knew he was too much. Maybe he couldn't read, for all I know. I don't know. But yes, he was wrong for getting on it, even knowing, because he could have died. You know, what if it was a roller coaster? You know what I'm saying? He could have died.
It was a
And
roller
the
coaster, he
ultimate
wouldn't have
thing
got
is to
on.
make sure everybody is safe. And it's kind of like, forget your feelings. I need to make sure everybody is safe. Thank you. This was Tammy's. Oh, Neil know that. I think did you design this? I think he designed it.
So I was initially, and I still am kind of saying that the society we live in is weird, right? Because we don't hold people to be accountable for their own stupidity. There's signs out there, regardless of whether or not he can read. He wasn't alone. So
it didn't say he was alone or not. It says he come all the
But
time.
from the show, I didn't put it in the message, but from the show,
okay,
he was with somebody.
okay.
And this particular person was saying, which really made me feel like, okay, they was on some bullshit. When it was a court TV show, when the judge asked, "Hey, y'all seen all these signs? Y'all walk past these signs?" Her response was, "That's what they got operators for, to tell us when we doing something we shouldn't be doing." So you specifically passed this shit with the intention, you know, in my mind, your intention was to disregard whatever the fuck the restrictions were. So at that point, I don't care about her not specifically saying you 300, the weight limit is 250. You see what I'm saying? Because here's the thing: even if she tells him he's 250 pounds, right, and he get his ass on that ride and he hurt himself, he assumed that risk, regardless of whether or not I asked. He was gonna get on that motherfucker either way. So I feel like I cover myself by having a sign that if they don't read the sign, what more do you want from me? A motherfucker gonna lie to you if they want to get on the ride, just like you said. Oh, I might be 275, or I might be 257. You know what I'm saying? I should be good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, let me ask you this, Jay, because my weight go up. Like, I could go get on the scale right now, because I haven't really been eating that much and I've been drinking my water. I might go get on the scale. Right now it might say 153, but in the morning it might say 149, right? So let's just say at this amusement park, let's just say I'm usually, 149, but sometimes it can go to 153, 154. But what if this ride say nobody over 150? So I don't really know. I know I'm 149. I might be 149, but what if right now at this time I'm 153? And those 3 pounds matter.
I agree.
And they ask me, "Are you sure you get on this ride that it's 150?" And I'll be like, "Oh, I'm 149."
That's your fault. That's your fault.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's your fault. You assume the risk. Even if you was 149 and it was 150, or if you was 153, because
but
you know your range.
You don't think that the ride, just like when you get on go-karts, right? It said you have to be a certain height. They don't depend on you lying, saying, "Oh yeah, I'm 6 feet." They don't look at you engaged. No, you really about 5'7". They have things and measures to make sure you are. They don't just count on you saying you are.
But who's standing there watching you stand up and line yourself up? How many
times? The operator. Every time I went to Great America.
You know how I know that? At the you should be this high to ride this ride. That's at the beginning of the line where no operators are. There are no operators down there. So when you get up to the top, they already assume that you've already measured yourself and you good to get on the ride.
But what they do at the top, they have either a stick or another thing up there, and for people who they pick out. So like say if all for them height things, if you look a little too short, they will hit you with the stick and back. Hold on, let me check.
I've never seen that.
I've seen it done at Great America like a couple times. They'll hit you with the stick up top, like some. You sure? But you have to really kind of look like you ain't tall enough to ride the ride.
I ain't never seen that.
Yeah,
but it ain't nobody like at that initially though. Like where you supposed to measure yourself and say, "Oh no, I ain't tall enough," or "I'm tall enough." Ain't nobody down there. Nope. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like you said though, if I'm the water park, in order to cover myself, I just got to put a scale at every ride, and everybody got to get on the scale. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you don't get on the scale, you can't ride the ride. Just that simple. And that's the only way to cover yourself.
Just to let you know, Shaka, the 300-pound guy won the case.
He did. He was suing for $2 million. He ended up getting 1.5.
But why? What did the judge say?
The judge said that the park held responsibility because the operator, while I can't remember who said it in the comments, she was basically trying to spare his feelings by not asking how much he weighs. She should have specifically came out and stated that the weight restriction was 250 pounds, and if he would have said yes, he was 250 pounds, they would have been good. But because she asked him, should you be riding this ride, he said yes. That wasn't specific enough. Disregarding the fact that they have signs at the entrance of every ride that means nothing, but because she didn't confirm with him that he was within the weight restriction, he didn't get the full. That's what actually caused him to lose 500,000, where he didn't get the full 2 million, but he ended up winning the case and getting 1.5. So that's also really made me feel like, okay, he was, because honestly his injuries weren't that severe. I mean, they were bad, but it wasn't 1.5 million.
I mean, he 300 pounds. They probably was broken to pieces, them ribs.
Man,
You saw his big ass up there moving when they said 1.5. You'd have been like, okay. Okay.
So this was real?
It was a court TV show, so I mean, I take it with a grain of salt. I don't
Because
know.
I ain't never seen that much money awarded on court TV.
It's personal injury court. It come on in the morning.
Dang.
Yeah, I saw another one. We could talk about that one offline, but that one to me,
I wonder, do they pay out like the old court shows do?
I'm sure they do. You know, they fly you out, get you on there for your case. But I think this one, it may have been like, you know how they have like the reenactments of real cases. So it might have been a real case somewhere else, and these were just people acting.
But I'm saying, because like Judge Mathis and them, they used to be like, if you win your case, Judge Mathis
They
would
pay
pay
it. Yeah,
right.
But that was small claims too. I think it was nothing over $5,000, right?
Nothing over 5,000, right?
Yeah.
So you would get because you would get $5,100 because they give you $100 for coming. Then if you won the 5,000, you get another 5,000 like that. So.
Well, before we go, it's another one that I wanted to ask y'all about. The husband and the baby mama. Did y'all read that one?
The husband and the baby mama?
Nah.
Husband and wife. So her
husband.
I
read that. We had talked about that before.
We did?
Long time ago. I think we talked about that. I don't know if we talked about it on air, but I know we talked about it.
So basically, the wife, her husband has a child with another woman. So the baby mama threw a birthday party for the 10-year-old daughter, but told her husband, your wife not invited, right? And she's like, now I've never had an issue with her. We've been cordial. I never got into it. The daughter loves me. You know, I don't understand why I'm not invited. I ain't do anything, right? And she told the husband because of her attitude. So maybe the baby mama just secretly, she's cool with, be nice to her, but she don't really like her, right? She don't
trust her. She thinks she's trying to fuck her man.
She married to her.
No. Okay.
The baby.
Keep going.
Oh, okay. So the husband decided not to go either because his wife wasn't invited. So he didn't go. But the husband's family is upset, saying that she should have understood and she should have let him go. And then she was like, I didn't stop him from going. Basically, he decided not to go. Do you think he did the right thing by not going to his daughter's birthday party because his wife wasn't invited?
I don't think he did the right thing. But I think it's also a rock and a hard place, right? I think in that instance, I think we would, as adults, have to put whatever foolishness we got to the side and figure out a way to get her there. And if it's one of them things where the mama just an idiot and she ain't gonna budge, like, I can't miss my child's birthday. I would not miss my child's birthday. And sounds like this wife was understanding of that too, and she would have been okay had he went. He just made the decision not to go. Me personally, I wouldn't have missed my child's birthday party. I would have tried to exhaust every effort to get my wife there. But if we both know my baby mama is stupid.
Well, she didn't say that. She said, we ain't had no issue. She said, we've never had an issue. So she didn't even know there was an issue.
It got to be something for her to just up out the blue and just say she don't want her there. But either way, I don't feel like it's hard to say any decision he made was right or wrong, right? Because you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. And if, in that instance, I think I would much rather. I don't even want to say much rather, but I would rather deal with my wife being mad at me than my child being mad at me.
I'm petty.
You would have not went and then threw your
Oh,
baby
no.
a party, a big party.
That's choice B. But I would have went
and brought my
with
wife.
my wife and still threw my baby a party later.
You said you would have came with your wife anyway.
Yeah. All she would have did is been sitting there talking to her friend. Look at her all over there. I ain't even want her here anyway. She not here for you. Where they had a party at her house? I'd have went.
I think it was at her house.
I'd have showed up with my wife. We'd have walked in there, and I'd have been just. She'd have asked me because she'd try to corner me. Why you bring her? You didn't want her here. I told you, girl, you was serious. I thought you was joking. Y'all talk all the time. How can you not want to hear? You always talking to her. Y'all kicking it. Y'all making plans for the baby and shit, man. Ain't nobody listening to that. Don't get out of my face. I would not have missed my child's birthday for this. And I wouldn't have had to let my wife miss her birthday if she hangs out with her. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? The daughter going to ask that question too.
Because she said the daughter loves her. So the daughter probably would have been like, where's she at?
I'm going to show up, then it's going to look like I did something. Where's such and such at, Pop?
See, I think that's what my pettiness would kick in, because I would just be, okay, we got to ask your mama why she not here. You see what I'm saying? That's a question your mama can only answer.
Nah, because then mama try to play it off. Now I'm sitting there because you're going to ask my mom, baby, I don't know why she ain't come. I don't even, nah, we ain't finna do that. Nope. Nah, you ain't getting off the hook like that. She'd have been right until we'd walk in there arm in arm, right? Stroll up in that bitch.
I don't know. If it was me and my husband and his baby mama didn't want me there, I wouldn't want to go. I don't like going into spaces I'm not welcome. So I would have been like, baby, you go ahead to the party. And when you get her next weekend or whatever, we'll do something with her. And even if I got to make up something to the little girl and be like, oh, I'm so sorry, baby, I missed your party. I had to work. But, or whatever. Then we would have threw a party. But yeah, he probably covered the real wife's salary. So
Shaka, you don't count. You be scared to fight. You don't want no smoke. Nicole ain't scared to fight. Nicole be ready to go in there with the gloves up.
Then it's definitely a good idea to leave your wife at home, because that's another part of this. That another part of the situation we didn't think about either. Like, if your wife wanted him, she gonna go there, and even if her intentions ain't to start no shit, she gonna feel away, and it's gonna show. You see what I'm saying? So it's like,
and I know I'm gonna feel away. Now I don't want to be around you. Period. Don't say nothing to me.
It's gonna show, right? So you can't put her in that situation around your kid.
We going to the party.
Nah.
If you want to leave early, you can leave early. We going to the party. I'm that petty nigga. You gonna tell me I can't?
But honestly, though, in that situation, it's really not even about you at that point.
Yeah, it is.
You shouldn't even want to put your wife in that situation.
Ain't no situation.
That's uncomfortable.
That's uncomfortable.
Yeah. This thing, I'm not forcing her to go. I'm going to the party. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna let her know, I'm going to the party. Come on, you more. And the thing about it is, I'm not telling her she's not invited.
Oh, okay, I was gonna ask, would you even tell her she wasn't invited?
No.
That's an even bigger issue. Now she gonna walk in there and she gonna be pissed off at you, because everybody gonna be looking at her sideways like, why the fuck she here? And she don't know why motherfuckers looking at her like that. Somebody gonna spill the beans, and you gonna be the bad guy.
Guess what I'm gonna say? And when she come to me and say something, I'm like, hey, look, this wasn't about you. It's Desiree's birthday. You know you love Desi. We came to see her. I thought the mama was more bullshitting when she said, I ain't know she was serious. Y'all friends. Why would I think you weren't supposed to be here?
Clearly, they ass ain't friends if she ain't want her there. Clearly, they ain't friends.
Hey, we going to my daughter's birthday party. And we don't have to stay. And we're going to have another party after that, too.
I'm with the second half of that. But the first half, you putting her in a tough situation.
Nah.
And it's going to cause a problem.
I doubt it.
Shit. Especially if you bring her in that blind. If she ain't arguing if she don't get into it with your baby mama, she gonna get into it with you.
Nope, because I ain't going for the foolishness. You know me.
But you put her in that situation though. You saying like you can't. There's no way you can walk out of that and be like, nah, I don't have no problem. Like I didn't have no hand in causing this issue.
It depends on the husband. He might not let it be an issue. You got some men that'll let the baby mama and the wife get into it, but you got some men that ain't finna let the baby mama disrespect his wife. So if she got an issue, she know who the husband is. She just gonna have an attitude with him, but she ain't finna say nothing to the wife.
I think that also depends on your wife. Like you can be as strong as you want to be, but if your woman is just a strong personality, she gonna say what she wants to say.
No, I'm talking about the baby mama.
You gotta learn.
So let's just say the baby mama didn't want me there. I don't even know it. I come in speaking, hey, with my gifts. I might notice some funny looks, and I've experienced this before, right? But ain't nobody finna say shit to me.
Yeah, that's what's
and
gonna
they don't.
Problem because it's gonna be somebody that with the same attitude. Like, why the fuck is she here? And they gonna say something to you.
But what
it's gonna be
that's
is
what I'm saying. In real life,
you're gonna be at the Punch Bowl and you gonna hear her friends talking shit. Damn, I thought she wasn't invited. You gonna hear that?
But I'm saying in real life, people know who to say shit to. And that's probably why she ain't never said nothing to the wife. And the wife didn't know she had an issue because she know that wife is about it. So she gonna go behind her back and say she not invited because of her attitude. And the wife like, what? I thought we was cool.
But that's the thing though. You giving take the baby mama out of the situation. There's friends that always start shit. It's gonna be somebody there that knows she didn't want you there. And that motherfucker might be the ignorant one to make it. Oh, I don't give a fuck what she say. Who that bitch think she? Blah blah. You know how people is, especially us. You know what I'm saying? So that's to me that you asking for a problem.
I'm speaking just off of me, and I ain't gonna have that problem. We're gonna all stroll in there. Ain't nobody gonna say shit to nobody. Now they might say something when we leave. I might get a phone call afterwards saying something, whatever, but ain't nobody gonna say nothing in there during my daughter's birthday.
Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to you.
Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to nobody.
Shit.
Okay.
You can't control that.
Okay.
You could feel like you alpha male all you want to. You can't control that.
Okay.
You cannot control that.
All right.
If your baby mama just pop up out the blue, her and your wife ain't never had an issue, and out the blue, she just decided she don't want your wife there.
It ain't out the blue. She ain't liked her, period. But she knew
but
the wife is with the shits.
You know
she probably know that his wife is with the shits. So I'm gonna be cool. I don't like her, but I ain't
said nothing though. So but I'm saying though, she ain't never said.
Here goes Shaka telling you to broaden your circles again.
I mean, because what you're describing, Jay, I see that happen on social media, like real ghetto people, right? And I got some ghetto friends that might talk loud so that other people can hear. You know what I'm saying? They might walk past and talk in the air and say, I don't know why she even here. And, just talk, and keep walking. And it's like, really? You know what I'm saying? But don't nothing be popping off. You know what I'm saying? People be scary.
I agree. People do be scared. The motherfucker that be talking shit half the time don't want the problem. But I've been places with women, specifically my wife. I used to tell my wife all the time. We would go to the grocery store and like a woman or somebody would be around doing and saying some shit that she don't like. And she'd just be loud as hell, like talking into the air, not directly to them, but loud enough for them to hear it. And I'm like, look, if you ain't ready for us to be in this motherfucker fighting, like stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to go to the grocery store and get to fight with a motherfucker because they got in front of us in the line or some goofy shit like that. You know what I'm saying? My wife is good for that. Like anytime, like anywhere we go, like she got the shortest fuse when it comes to anybody working anywhere when we go anywhere. If we going somewhere and it's a damn parking lot attendant, if the motherfucker don't take the ticket quick enough, she talking shit. So it's like, damn, you gonna talk shit to everybody? Like, calm that shit down. When we get to if we gonna go there, just let me know so I know. Okay, I need to bring my fighting clothes. But if we ain't going out on that type of time, like, let that shit slide. Some people don't have that.
I don't have them circles though, so
you are. Well, I won't say you are that nigga. Matter of fact,
what? I'm what nigga?
Zero tolerance.
Oh, I ain't got no tolerance for no bullshit, but I'm saying my circles, it don't come up with bullshit like that. I'm saying like I have baby mothers or mothers of my children, however y'all want to say it. I ain't gonna have none of them issues. I don't care if they don't like each other. I ain't gonna have them issues.
Okay.
See?
I'm thinking about one, but okay.
And they ain't gonna have them issues. The old man was always on 100.
The old me.
The old me. Oh,
you need glasses?
Hell yeah.
No.
No, he don't bother me.
Is your LASIK wearing off?
I told y'all I've been taking months to relax.
Like, weed don't bother me.
Weed don't bother me.
But weed,
I don't even like
I hate
weed.
weed.
I don't even like weed. The old you was on 100, nigga. The new you. When do you get
The new you?
The current you. What's the
You-
difference?
I'm pretty laid back.
You
I
and
don't say
Lionel
nothing
stay
unless
on dummy. I'm gonna tell you
I
now,
might
I
be
ready for
irritated
shit to happen. I
already.
tell people all the time, if I have all I gotta do, I can call 1 or 2 people. They always on dummy, ready to go. Little Nail, Lionel, they always on dummy. Anytime. Most of the time, if you don't want a situation to go there, if you don't want hands, you can't have them with you. Period.
You ain't lying about that.
They ready. What did nigga say? What? Stupid ass motherfucker say what? Hell no, they stay on dummy. Ready to go. Ready. Walk around with the. Now, he been through therapy, so we need to get Tasha some gift certificates for acupuncture, yoga, and meditation.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, the acupuncture, I go with that one. I've been trying to get acupuncture for a minute. If you didn't want to smoke, why you call me? See that?
As big as not calling you unless somebody get ready to get knocked out.
Right, gonna be. Oh, speaking of throwing hands,
I
can we
ain't
talk?
throwing
Can we
hands.
talk about?
at the shoot people age.
Can we talk about? We got what 4 minutes before? Can we talk about Cardi B right quick? Because me and Jay just don't agree on this, and I just want to say why I feel this way. Okay, so this is how I feel. I feel
About
like,
what?
first of all, I feel like
About what?
about what's the word?
Clapping back on social
Clapping
media.
back. About
Okay.
clapping back. So I personally feel like even people that's not a celebrity, you don't have to respond to everything. Okay. So, but I feel like with Cardi B, it's almost like she don't realize who she is, right? And I feel like, especially with celebrities, you don't always have to clap back and always arguing. I feel like, why are you on social media arguing with regular people? Somebody call your daughter ugly, you clapping back. You got I hope your mama died. Well, she got the right to say that. It's just like, at a point, calm down. You ain't got to prove to everybody that you still the thug tough girl from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna lose everything trying to be this tough girl. Do you know she left the studio one time? Pull somebody like, well, pull up, talking shit on social media, pull up. And she pulled up, left the studio and pulled up on a regular person and recorded it. And it's on social media like that's cute. You Cardi B. People waiting on you to slip up. What if they would have shot you? Or what if they would have let you slap them just so they could take your money? You know what I'm saying? They was just talking about Offset, about some little crazy outfit he had on, right? Offset ain't saying that. They was clowning him on Twitter. But guess who started in there clapping back? Cardi B. Girl, you don't have to clap back. So when you sent that message saying, when she was talking about, oh, I can't talk about how I feel or what I'm going through, it's not about talking about what you're going through, but you constantly on social media fighting with regular people. But when somebody say, oh, Cardi, you look beautiful, I love you, you don't respond to nothing positive. But as soon as somebody say, but your teeth used to be messed up, you going in. But them shoes you got on ugly, you going in. You don't have to do that. And it's like, why you on social? You need to get you a publicist. They dogged Blue Ivy. You ain't hear nothing from Beyonce, because guess what? So what? Right? Keisha Cole, that little clip I sent y'all. I didn't send the whole article, but I should. It was like a whole
The
article.
one where she slapped the girl and Eve ain't
yeah, how she lost her friendship with Eve because she's taking her hood self as she's elevating. And she realized, I can't be this same person and I'm trying to elevate. And she said, for years, I thought I slapped her for you. And now she had to realize, girl, Tamar used to snap back. And she even had to say, girl, why am I focused on that? Why am I fighting on social media with people that ain't got shit to lose? I got everything to lose. That's all I'm saying. Not saying she don't have feelings, but that's one thing they tell you when you're a celebrity. Don't read the blogs. You can't wear your fit because everybody not gonna like what you do. So you can't snap on everybody for them to like you. Everybody not gonna like you. Everybody not gonna think you cute. Everybody don't think your daughter cute. Everybody don't think you got style. So if they say it, you're not gonna comment on the people saying you beautiful, but you gonna snap on the people that's saying you ugly. Cause why? I'm Cardi. I'm from the Bronx. I pull up. I'm still that girl. Girl, sit down.
Jamarcus, would you like to retort?
I feel like we're not gonna get nowhere. We're gonna have the same back and forth. I feel like I understand what you're saying, and what you're saying has validity. But I think what you're taking out of it is the fact that we are humans, regardless of what her status is, regardless of her celebrity, regardless of her money. You talking about somebody's family, you talking about their kids, their husband, their mama, their daddies. People gonna have emotions. They're gonna lash out. Going to somebody and pulling up on them that's totally too far. I agree with you on that. But just writing back to somebody on social media and telling them how you feel, to me, one, I feel like when social media became a big thing for superstars to interact with their fans, good, bad, or indifferent, because we all know any publicity is good publicity. So whatever it is that she's doing, social media was put in place for celebrities took on social media to interact with their fans.
All I'm saying is she only interacts with the negative.
I think that all you see is her.
It's not all I see. That's not. I've looked on comments. I've looked on her comments. The same comments that she argued. Celebrities will only respond to that blue check. Somebody with a blue check, they'll love it. Regular people, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. Oh, you look beautiful. Oh, you this. They ignore all them regular people. Then when you get down to this one, she needs to shut up sometimes. She's this. Well, bitch, how about you? Oh, there you go. That's all I'm saying. It's fine sometimes because Rihanna will clap back sometimes, but every time somebody says something, because just like Cardi B said herself, when I was, in the hood, I had like 3 haters and I could keep my eyes on those 3 haters. But now I'm famous. I get like thousands of haters. I can't even keep my eyes on all the haters.
Your accent horrible.
That's how she sounds to me.
I think it's that you don't like her. And also,
no, I don't dislike her. I think she's funny than a mug.
I don't think the comparison of how Beyonce handled criticism of Blue Ivy was comparable, because
that was one example.
Let me speak though, because you're talking about Beyonce and Jay-Z, who people hardly ever see. Them two motherfuckers is damn near unicorns. You see what I'm saying? So comparing anybody to them and their standard is off base.
It's not. I'm just talking about celebrity, period. Forget Beyonce. There's other celebrities that they talk about all the time, and they not responding.
Celebrities that do respond,
but they not like Cardi. Cardi is known. All she does is snap back. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that she can't say anything to anybody, but that's all she does. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying
here's the thing.
We all have feelings, yes, and some things are gonna trigger you, and you're gonna say, "Okay, enough, bitch. I gotta say something." But it's like she lives for that. That's all I'm saying. You have, just like I said, Rihanna. She'll snap back, but she don't snap back every time somebody got something negative to say. Because guess what? Everything you post is gonna be something negative in that, because people are cruel.
So why do people gravitate to Cardi B? Why did people gravitate to her?
I think she built her platform on being that ghetto girl, right? And that's what I'm saying. So, and that's what I'm saying. Because on Love and Hip Hop, she was feisty. She wanna fight, and that's how she became right. But so
this
now
is what she is. Listen. Let me get my point out.
But no, I wanted to say this because I said this before. And I know where you're going. I said that. I said she built her platform on being this ghetto girl. I will fight. I will smack a bitch. I will throw my shoe. I will do this, do that. And that was cute. But now, just like she wrote that post saying, I know, so now I can't say nothing because people are starting to say, okay, girl, you got 2 kids. You 30 years old. Yes, you built your platform on that, but people are starting to be like, girl, you negative. So now she don't like the fact that people are basically saying, look at what's her name? Nicki Minaj. After she got she changed her image. She grew up. Cardi B, yes, this made you, but people are starting to see that, okay, girl, it's time for you got 2 kids and you still out here trying to fight. You still popping off. You still want people to know you tough. It's time to stop that. And she don't like it. Yeah, you grew that, but you got in the game that way. But that don't mean you got to stay that way.
This is who she is. Point blank, period. Money does not change who you are. It accentuates exactly who you are to the 1,000th power. This is who she is. This is what you're going to get. This is why people fell in love with her. You can say that this is not the traditional way that you should handle problems. And I agree with you. But when you know who you're dealing with, why is it even a point of contention?
And on that note,
I'll let you have the last word because you still don't get it.
I thought you were gonna let him have the last word.
It's exhausting.
I thought you were gonna let him have the last word.
I get exactly
on that
what you're
subject.
saying. And I think this goes back to the conversation we had last week too. I've said on multiple occasions, and even in this conversation, you're 100% right. I agree with what you're saying. I see your side of the argument. You don't see mine, and you try to make it seem like I'm the one that don't understand.
I understand that you don't get it.
Please tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. We appreciate y'all coming out.
No, we're gonna have to do a word a week for everybody. Get these vocabularies up.
I don't like the way she said it. Like she didn't think I was capable of throwing that out there.
Hey, you see, she got the 3 O's in front of it. Ooh.
Yeah, that was like, oh,
she
big
even
word.
faded
it out. Vocabulary on you.
It started off like ooh. You know, it went down. She faded it out. So appreciate everybody for coming out. We appreciate all that. Jay, you know you learned it. And that's how that is said, Nicole. Learn it.
Learn it.
In this context, is you are learned it. When the word R is in front of it, is learn it. Okay, if you take that off, it would have been learned. We know you learned, but you are learned it.
You saw her get ready to correct you?
I saw it.
I wasn't even going to say that. I mean, there was a burning. There was a little burning in my belly that was rising. But when he explained it, it went down like
down. It went down.
So we appreciate all the input from everybody. We need y'all to come back. Deron, if you still here, darling, please have my man reach out to us. I forgot his name already. Jamie. Please have Jamie reach out for us. Reach out to us. We'd appreciate it if you do. He can hit anybody's page, or he can DM anyone else. Or I don't know if Deron, you still got my number. But if you got my number, if not, if you need it, hit me in the DM. I'll send it to you. Or Nicole, either one of us, get in contact with us so we can try to get him in for next week. Other than that, we appreciate everybody. We want y'all to, as always, we say every week, like, follow, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share. You have been tried, weighed, and found wanted. I think measured is in there somewhere. I think measured is in there somewhere, Linnell. I'll look it up though and see.
I never heard that before.
Yeah, it's
an old saying. It's an old saying, but you have been tried. I think it's you've been tried, you've been weighed. It might just be those two. Yeah, you've been and found wanting. It might just be those two. Measured might not be in there. Pull up on me. Pull up on me.
Oh, speaking of, y'all see how dark this beard is too. Shaka, I got that survey coming back to you this week.
What, Beijing?
Stop it. Stop.
It didn't work for me.
Like that.
The link didn't work.
It didn't work for you? It worked for me.
It didn't work. I sent her back an email saying, hey, whatever you send me, it wouldn't open up. She never sent it back to me. I guess she said, fuck my survey. She gonna just fill out anything for me.
They're Bergen.
That bourbon popin'.
I think he's trying to say Beijing.
I know what he was trying to say, Papa too.
I think he's trying to say Beijing. We appreciate all y'all. Hey, Pippin is Pippin.
Fingers too fat. Leave him alone.
Like I say, man, tell a friend, y'all. Spell check killer. Oh God. Oh, hold up, Jay. That's for you.
Oh yeah, please let me know how that worked. I definitely want to.
What is it gonna clarify?
Mind your business. It ain't ready for a discussion on the public forum yet.
My bad.
Shaka, does your stuff work on white people beards?
I don't see why I wouldn't. Why, you got some white people who need it?
I
You don't even like
almost
white
did.
people.
All right, we're gonna get out of here on that note. All right, everybody, we love y'all. Thank y'all for coming out.
Oh my
God
God.
bless you. Drive safe.
All right, y'all. Peace.